It's 2018 and it's the 120th anniversary of the Waterloo and City line. If you don't know much about the line, here's a little video about it.
The Waterloo and City line goes from Waterloo Station under the Thames and up to Bank Station in the City of London. So who, what, why, when, where? Back in the days of steam, Waterloo was run by the London South Western, the LSWR. They wanted to connect their commuters directly to the City of London's financial district. But onward connections were frustrating and also suffered from competitive hostility from operators of nearby lines.
In 1891, a bill was presented to government asking if an underground electric railway could be built from Waterloo to Mansion House in the city. It took 2 years, but it was finally agreed, and the Waterloo and City Railway came into creation and became a subsidiary of the LS&WR.
The following year, 1894, construction of the running tunnels under the Thames began using the tried and tested Great Head Shield excavation process. The tunnels were just over 12 foot in diameter and were lined with cast iron segments that were bolted together. Outside the Royal Exchange is the statue of James Henry Greathead, inventor of the Great Head Shield method of tunnelling. This statue doubles as a ventilation shaft for Bank Station below. At the end of Platform 7, there is a tunnel that leads to the Docklands Light Railway. This was dug in 1987, and the builders discovered a buried Great Head Shield used in the original line construction. It was left in place, painted red, and made part of the pedestrian tunnel. There is even a plaque mounted to one side for anyone that is curious enough to read.
The line was formally opened on the 11th of July 1898 by Prince George, Duke of Cambridge, but not everything was ready for a proper start, and that only kicked off on Monday the 8th of August.
Ownership of the train, as it is colloquially known, passed into different hands as the railways modernised. In 1982, Network South East, one of British Rail's 3 passenger sectors, took over running of the line and became its final railway owner. With privatisation of the rail industry knocking on the door, British Rail decided to sell this, their only underground line, to the London Underground, who took over running of the line on the 1st of April 1994. The original wooden stock was built by a US company in Delaware and then sent to the UK in kit form and built at Eastleigh Works before being put into use. These survived until 1939, when they were replaced by specially designed tube-sized cars manufactured by the English Electric Company. These gained the TOPS classification of 487. These then shuttled backwards and forwards until they were finally replaced in 1993 by the current stock, designated Class 482, which are basically 1992 Central Line stock. The Waterloo City is unique as it runs underground for its entire length and has no direct connection to the rest of the rail network. The only way for this pit pony stock to see daylight is to be lifted in or out. In the early days, rolling stock entered and left the line via an Armstrong lift, a purpose-built machine stationed by the north wall of Waterloo Station. But in 1992 it was demolished and the former Eurostar terminal, Waterloo International, was plonked on top of it.
Naturally, this made the removal of trains a tad awkward, so now they are craned in and out of Waterloo Depot via the roof, by using a large road crane situated here on Spur Road. And here is another view of the roof hole on Spur Road, and if you look down below you can see part of the depot. This crane, by the way, doesn't move the trains, it's only for engineering bits and pieces that needed in the depot below.
Operation-wise, trains reverse at both stations. Trains from Waterloo go eastbound to Bank. The driver gets out, walks to the other end and drives the train westbound to Waterloo. Once everyone is out, the train goes to the depot where the driver once again changes ends and drives it to the eastbound platform at Waterloo, ready for the whole process to start again.
Waterloo and City was London's second deep-level tube, and this meant at Bank commuters had to trek up this long slope. It was dangerous as hundreds of commuters tried to squeeze up and down this route. Commuters complained about the effort required to enter and exit on a daily basis. Many proposals were looked at for alternative methods, including an escalator. Eventually, in 1957, a new sloping access tunnel was dug by hand and a pair of Otis moving walkways known as travellators were installed. The Lord Mayor officially opened the travelator in 1960. Sadly, the original and long-serving travelator was replaced in 2000. So from the tunnel, let's go to the travelator. And here we are. A quick fact, the direction of the travelator can be switched for peak periods. It's 302 foot long, it has 488 sections, and it's a 1 in 7 gradient.
Quick facts about the line. It has 16.9 million annual users, making it the least but one of the most intensively used lines. It has no Sunday service as it is predominantly a commuter line. It is the shortest line on the Underground at 1.47 miles. The journey between stations is roughly 4 minutes. Both stations, the only stops on the line, are within Zone 1. Bank was originally called City but changed its name on the 28th of October 1940. Platforms at Waterloo are numbered 25 and 26. Platforms at Bank are numbered 7 and 8. And finally, the colour on the Underground map for Waterloo and City Line is turquoise. There's just a constant stream of arseholes getting in the way.
CLR, other London Overground routes, and TfL Rail.
Noise. Nobody gives a flying